Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel Solid Trades. Ali here. So I want to talk about one of my favorite setups that happened yesterday in Apple, and I took this. It was a great trade and I alerted it before the move even happened, right before. Literally, here it is at 9:54 yesterday in my chat room, right? In my chat room, which is free. I alerted it right here at Apple and even sent an Apple screenshot, drew the whole pattern, and all you had to do was once the stock breaks out, enter and then make money as it goes up, or you can buy here with your stop loss below the support level. Okay, and guess what happened right after? As soon as I did, this is what happened right after. Here it is, Apple after trade. There it is. Boom, right here, alerted, right here. Right before this move, I alerted. So I'm gonna talk about what's the thought process, how you can do it. I know still a lot of people couldn't do it in our chat, which is like really, really sad for me because I'm working so hard to help you guys, and that's all my goal is, to make sure that you are not losing money and actually start to make money and be profitable. Okay, so please give me 5 minutes of your time. I'm gonna blow your mind and what's going on. So let's look into this. So number one thing that I do is, first you always open up your chart, and I always have multiple time frames, all time frames of Apple, in order to determine if this is a good trade or not. Okay, so always number one thing is the daily chart. So I have this setup layout. This is daily chart, this is 15-minute chart, this is 5-minute chart, and this is 1-minute chart. Okay, so the number one, I always look at the daily chart first. The daily chart tells me what's the direction of it. So notice here the market has Apple market, the overall market has been very, very volatile. And notice here Apple recently started to bounce off this level because this was previously a support. So that's what's happening here. Look, it bounced. So this has formed a really nice base. And what's happening is that right after that, Apple is about to make this trend. Okay, so it's forming this trend, and lately it has been bouncing 1, 2, 3, 4 times in a row. So Apple's on uptrend. Okay, so I'm not going to look for a short, I'm going to look for a long position. Also notice here in the 15-minute chart on Apple, notice here it's been uptrending, right? So the number one rule is trend is your friend. You always want to be with the trend, not against the trend. Unless it's coming down to support level, then obviously you want to buy the dip, which is a different story. But for a trend line or for a trend trading, hence called trend line, you want to go with the trend. So number one is that I am looking for a long already. I know. Now, if the market opens strong and I see a good setup, I will look for a long. Okay. So that being said, now the next part is that I want to look at, once I know I'm already looking long, if also it opens up strong, it means it's a long. If it opens strong, it's a long. If it's weak, then it's a short. Okay. So now that I know that it's long, so now I'm going to go back to my smaller time frame right here, which is 1-minute chart, which is right here. This time frame. Okay, 1-minute chart, you can look for 2 minutes or 5 minutes, it's up to you, but a smaller time frame where you execute your entries. You always have a thesis from a bigger time frame and execute entries from a smaller time frame. Okay. Now that I have it, so I already know that this is a strong level. But then at the same time, if you look here, there is a pre-market support right here, and the stock broke out. I've made multiple videos on pre-market breaks, which is one of the best strategies. Look here, stock broke out and actually ended up held up very, very strong. So if it's strong, you look for a long, right? So now that I know it's long, I want to see if it has a good pattern right here. So the pattern was this. So basically what happens is that if the stock opens up strong and makes a new high, which is this high right here, after the market open, this is pre-market, so this doesn't count. But if this stock makes a new high right here, okay, and breaks that level, and if that same area becomes support, it's a very, 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 very strong setup. Okay, so the setup is, if the stock makes a new high of the day and then breaks out and the same area now becomes support, it's a very, very, very strong setup. If it makes support, but on top of it, it makes a pattern. So this is what the pattern was. right here, pattern, boom. So there's a triangle pattern above support. Okay, triangle pattern above support. That leads to a very, very strong setup. And that's what I was thinking. So now let's go back in the alert that I sent right here. This is exactly what I did. So notice here, first, it broke this previous high. Okay, and I'm going to talk about the psychology behind it too, okay? But here's what you need to understand first. Just learn the basics, which is if it breaks the support and then same support becomes same, if it breaks resistance and same resistance now becomes support, and it draws or makes a triangle pattern right here and it breaks, is going to be a really good 90% of the time. There's still chances that it could break and then fail, okay? But 90% of the time, it works really, really well. So one of the top, highest quality setups. Now, let's just talk about the psychology behind it. Why is this a high quality setup? Basically, what's happening is that it's all about buying and selling, right? Stock market is all about buying and selling. So what's happening is that basically we already know that it's on an uptrend. So Apple has been already on uptrend. So a lot of people are more optimistic, right? Because it's already going up. So they're expecting it to go up further, right? So that's number one. Number two is this. So a lot of people, what happens is that when the stock goes up, people short the stock. A lot of people do, oh, it's up so much, I'm going to short, okay? And their stop is right above this level, high of the day. Their stop is. Well, what happens is blows past their stop, okay? So now they're in red. So all the short sellers, they are red on the trade because they have shorted the stock, right? And it blows past their stop loss. Some people cut their stop loss. That's why the stock goes up, because they start to buy back their shares to cut their loss. But some people don't, and they expect it to come back down. So what happens is a lot of people who add or double down to their position. So instead of selling, instead of buying, they sell more. Okay. So now they have a bigger short position on it. Okay. But what happens is that right here, they short. Okay. Now it starts to form even bullish. So when this happens, all the people who are short, they cover their position right here, which causes even bigger squeeze. And then people like us also get long. So basically shorts are getting trapped and then longs are getting long. So this is a double demand. It's causing double demand from short sellers and from long buyers. So that is why it caused a huge. Also at the same time, it's uptrending and the stock is really, really good company. For example, Apple or Tesla is going to cause even bigger move because everybody knows about the stock, right? So that's what of a kind of a basic level psychology behind this whole pattern. So to end this, let me just go back and review the trade. Number one is that it needs to be, daily chart needs to be strong, or it needs to be uptrending stock. Okay, which we already did that right here. It's been uptrending stock. If you look at the 5-minute chart, if you look at the 15-minute chart, if you look at the daily chart, okay, it's bouncing off the support level, right? Bouncing off the support level and drawing this, so it's uptrending. Same time on the 1-minute chart is giving this great triangle pattern, right? And I thought about all of these things, and then right before the move, I alerted it in the chat. Yet I'm hearing a lot of people, oh, it's not working, market is very slow, there's not enough opportunities, a lot of fake outs. And there wasn't, okay? So it's all about perspective. One of the biggest things that you, as a trader, if you want to overcome, is the perspective. There's always opportunities in the market. You just need to know where to look at. All right, guys? So with that being said, I'm going to end the video. And by the way, I have a free course as well on this. I made a video on this 11 months ago on this too, the best trading setup. So it's not like, oh, it's something new. Also, I'll put the link down below of the video. Also, there's a complete course I've made for free again for everyone. So I don't charge anything. However, if you do want to set up a one-on-one, a lot of people ask me for one-on-ones. So I for an hour, I've put a link down below. If you want to set up a one-on-one with me, I'll charge a bit on this for my time. But other than that, everything's free. You can pretty much, if you go through this channel, you will learn everything you need to know about trading and become successful. You don't even need anybody's help. So I hope this video helps, and I'll see you guys in a later video. Take care.